Welcome everyone to a rather windy day here in Marshfield, Massachusetts. Windy yet dry is the weather report, and dry being somewhat of a forgotten term for people in this area as it has downpoured the past 7 days. But this dry weather has allowed a good day for football here on this Sunday afternoon. My name is Peter Zimber. I'm joined here with Brian Madden as we'll bring you the Brockton Boxers to take on the Marshfield Rams. Brian, this game originally supposed to take place Friday night, however, due to bad field conditions, pushed now to Sunday afternoon. And as I take a look at the field, at midfield it seems a little dirty and messed up, but seems to be in pretty good shape. We should have a good game.
Yeah, it seems like it's not as bad as I expected it to be after, 2 weeks of constant rain. But it's a little muddy down in the red zone on both ends. But I think it's the field's in good enough conditions so that there shouldn't be any injuries or anything like that due to field conditions.
And Brockton coming in with an undefeated record of 5-0. Marshfield coming in with a record of 3-1. Their only loss coming to St. John's Prep. And as you may remember, 2 weeks ago, the Brockton Boxers defeated St. John's Prep. However, it wasn't without struggle as the game went to overtime and the Boxers were able to pull it off.
Yeah, that was an outstanding game against St. John's. And it was a hard-fought battle. You know, Brockton started out strong and St. John's was able to come back late in the game. But it's windy conditions today. Which should keep the ball pretty much on the ground because the wind is very strong. But I'm looking forward to an exciting game today.
And Wendell Chipman will kick off for the Marshfield Rams. Chipman, beautiful kick. This one sent down way in the end zone and way over the head of the box receivers. It looked like number 84, Corey Brown, was the closest to the ball, but out of bounds touchback.
Yeah, because that sailed straight into the end zone before it even hit the ground. Outstanding kick. So Brockton's going to start at their 20. And I just want to comment on the an outstanding action by the Marshfield school students as well as the football team. As we all know, Brockton has a player, Marquis Black, who is displaced from New Orleans, and he is now on the starting squad, number 67, and they raised $1,500 for him and his family.
It looks like we get some jumping by the Marshfield Rams back in time, however, no flags. Good defense by Marshfield.
Yeah, where's the flag on that? I mean, it appeared that he was on his way back, but I didn't think he got all the way back before the ball was hiked. But outstanding stop there by Marshfield.
And going back to what you were saying, it is very good what the Marshfield broadcasting team did, Marshfield High School broadcasting team did in conjunction with the Marshfield football team, donating, I believe, $1,117 to Marquis Black that he'll be using to compensate some of the losses that his family took from Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, definitely.
2nd and 11, Jesse Resende pass over to Corey Brown right over his hands. And Jesse Resende attempting to air it out despite the obvious windiness here in Marshfield.
Yeah, and Corey was open. Jesse's going to have to account for the wind and just try and keep the ball down as much as he possibly can. He had a bad game a couple weeks ago as far as passing game and was able to make that TD reception in overtime in the far corner. Hopefully he'll get on track today.
3rd and 11 for Brockton. One man in the backfield, 3 wide receivers. Resende once again back to pass. He's going to opt to run with it though, smartly, and I don't know if he got much on that one. Toe tackled. It looked like he may have gotten a little bit, if not.
Yeah, he's short of the
he
first
got
down.
about 3-4 yards. Bringing up a 4th down and 6 situation for the Boxers, and I would assume they would have to punt.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for Tom Kelly, Jesse would have got that first down. He just caught him from behind, caught him by his shoestrings, and was able to bring him down.
Number 5, Bill Jennings, and number 6, Hugo Souza.
And Resende will be back to punt for Brockton. Resende's punt. Not too bad. The wind kind of messed with it, and it's going to leave Marshfield with some decent field possession as they'll start at midfield.
Yeah, because that appeared to be a pretty decent kick, and then once it got to about the 40-yard line, the wind just stopped it, and You know, the wind is really a factor. Depending on if you're going east to west, then the wind is against you. If you're going west to east, then you have the wind with you, and it should be looking forward to Brockton airing it out when they're going the opposite direction.
Yes, and Marshfield with the ball now, 1st and 10 situation with the wind to their backs, as you mentioned, Brian. They hand the ball off. Looks like a gain of about 6-7 yards as number 12 hands the ball off number 12.
Actually, that was number 5, Bill Jennings.
Canel Velez.
Bill Jennings had the ball.
2nd and 4 for the Rams. The ball will be on the Brockton 43-yard line.
So 2nd and 5 situation for Marshfield. Man in motion. This one hands off to Hugo Souza. Souza picks up the 1st down and more.
Hugo Souza on the run.
So Marshfield's offense get things going early.
Yeah, Marshfield starting on the ground due to the windy conditions, but their running backs are starting to pick up some yards, and that was number 6, Hugo Souza. And he showed a lot of patience there. He came around the corner, saw a little bit of defense there and slowed down and waited for his blockers, and then was able to pick up an additional 2 yards.
But he picked up the 1st down nonetheless. 1st and 10 situation for the Rams. 3 men in the backfield, split formation. This one, once again, another handoff, that given to number 15, Nick Hillner. Excuse me, number 25, Dave Mulry.
Personal play by number 38, Mike Murray.
And
also into the tackle number 44,
he picked up a few yards.
Junior Penn.
Yeah, and Mike Murray in on the tackle was the first to hit him.
9 now for the Rams. The ball just above.
Picked up a couple yards on that play.
Make it the 33 for Marshfield at the Brockton 33.
2nd and 9 for Marshfield. Marshfield moving the ball efficiently up until this point. They hand the ball off. This one's going to be given to Souza. Souza
Number 6, Hugo
got some room, and he goes out of bounds. And one thing to make note of, you see him go out of bounds. There is a fence out of bounds that is just, I'd say, 4, 5, 6 feet at the most past the out of bounds mark, and I think that would be somewhat dangerous for football.
It could be very dangerous if you know, if you get a head of steam going.
The ball now at the Brockton
running into that fence.
31-yard line.
So 3rd and 6 situation for the Rams.
But I think the football players that are on the sidelines would probably try and stop anyone's momentum before they get to the fence.
Still, they don't have much room, and as we've seen in some Brockton High games, things get played well out of bounds, and as cameraman Steve Roy knows that sometimes interception by Brockton. That is intercepted by number 38.
Mike Murray.
The receiver was number 18, John Emons.
So Mike Murray steps in the way of number 12, Kurt Leon's pass, and big play for Brockton as Marshfield, as I mentioned, was moving the ball very efficiently up to that point.
Yeah, definitely.
And break for Brockton.
1st and 10.
Yeah, and that was the first.
Brockton 24-yard line.
That was the first pass play by Marshfield. And as soon as they went to the air, Brockton was able to get the turnover.
And let's see what Brockton's offense can do this time. Their first possession really couldn't get anything going. And now we'll see what Jesse Resende and company can do here. And 7:32 left in the first quarter. 1st and 10 situation for Brockton.
Yeah, and they're still going against the wind, so and I look for Brockton to probably keep it on the ground for the most part and go to the air when they have an opportunity. But you know, try and attack that running game and soften up the Marshfield defense a little bit.
Tickets are on sale inside the gates at both entrances of the football field.
So 2 men in the backfield, 3 men in the backfield rather, for Brockton. Resende on the quarterback keeper. He's got some room. He picks up the 1st down and more. He's got number 3 to beat. He's still going. Resende brings it down
Number 10,
to the
Jesse
Marshfield
Resende,
40-yard line. Excellent play.
Excellent run by Jesse Resende.
Number 41, Kevin
And
Robinson.
Jesse Resende is the leading rusher for Brockton.
You know, Jesse Resende, a very Michael Vick-like quarterback,
First and 10
as
now for Brockton. The ball will
oftentimes
be at the
he's more
Marshfield
efficient running the ball than he is passing the ball.
1 yard
Well,
line.
of late he's been more effective running than passing. Early in the season, he was very accurate with his throws and was very effective.
Yes, not to take anything away from his passing game, because as you mentioned, we saw earlier this season, he can air it out with the best of them, and he has drastically improved in passing since last year.
And it's a free
Handoff
play.
to number 44, that being Junior Penn.
44, Junior
He
Penn
brings up for about 9-10 yards, but there were flags on the play. I assume that those flags would be offsides on Marshfield.
Yes. And we'll wait for the white cap to make the call. He's conferring with Brockton to see what they want to do. And I would believe that they would decline it and take the yards that they received. They only have about 2 yards to go. Yes. Wise choice.
Only was assessed against Marshfield offside.
This will bring up a 2nd and 4
Brockton
situation for
It's
Brockton.
bring up 2nd and
Yeah, it's about 3
about
actually.
3 now for Brockton. The ball now at the Marshfield 39-yard line. Check that, make that the 34-yard line.
So 3 men in the backfield for Brockton. 2nd and 4. Resende hands this one off. He gives it to number 5, Jason Margison. Rumbles up close to a first down.
Yeah, in on attack at Jerry Freed from Marshfield.
55, Pete Goches.
And Pete Birch's 55. But,
So bring up 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. Yeah, 3rd and
Down to
1.
one now for
And,
Brockton. The ball
you know, that can be kind of confusing to the
30-yard line.
defense, seeing 3 running backs, you know, as far as which one should they focus, key in on, because they have such great depth in the running back position.
3 men in the backfield once again, and we've got offsides on Brockton. It looks like number 67 jumps.
For the snap of the ball.
Yeah, it's Black.
Marquis Black, new recruit for the Brockton Boxers, coming from Louisiana after the devastating Hurricane Katrina, and does not get his football career in Brockton off to a good start.
Plays will be assessed as illegal procedure against Brockton. That will back them up 5
But he must have
yards.
shown some great athleticism for him to walk on, come in and get a starting position.
After the assessment of the penalty, bring it 3rd and 6. The ball will be now backed up.
So we have
the Marshfield 37-yard line.
have about a 3rd and 5 situation, 3rd and 6 situation for the Brockton Boxers. I wouldn't expect that again from any of the Brockton offensive linemen. 3 men in the backfield. Resende. And he's taken down immediately by number 62, that being Dan Bradley.
Yeah, it looked like, I don't know, a broken play of some sort. I don't know if he was faking the ball and was going to keep it, but Bradley was right in there as he tried to turn the corner.
I thought he was going to go for a quarterback keeper, and then one of his own players seemed to get in his way, it seemed like.
Yeah.
Number 10.
Yeah, he definitely looked like he was getting ready to roll around,
for the punt.
roll out to the right.
And Brockton is forced to punt once again.
No deep men for Marshfield.
Yeah, Marshfield had nobody in the back there. It's going to be excellent field position for defensive field position for Brockton.
Down inside the 10 by number 5.
They stopped it at about the 6-yard line.
Marshfield Rams will take over for their second possession.
The 8-yard line, actually.
So good punt by Jesse Resende, getting it within the 10-yard line for Marshfield.
Yeah, definitely. And that portion of the field is where it is muddy. So if they try and come up, if anyone tries to run up the middle, you know, their footing could definitely slip a little bit.
So 1st and 10 situation for Marshfield. Man in motion. Taking lots of time.
Yeah.
Marshfield hand the ball off. This one given to Souza. Souza gonna be taken out of bounds.
Number 6, Hugo
He
Souza
might
on
have
the
gotten
carry.
a yard.
Chase out in the first
Yeah,
half,
Thelen.
Almost, but he doesn't get much.
Yeah,
Nathan
Thelen took him
Thelen.
down as he tried to turn the corner, but that was great defense by Brockton, just continuing to stretch him out a little bit more.
And as we're saying, Brockton has a lot of depth at the running back position. It might be hard for Marshfield to focus in on one player in particular for running the ball. But Marshfield also has a lot of depth at the running back position. So far, we've seen Bill Jennings, Hugo Souza, and Dave Mulry all get touches on the ball.
That's right. That's right. The Rams do have an outstanding running back squad back there.
So 2nd and 7 for the Rams. This one given to number 5, Bill Jennings. Jennings picks up the first down in the lot block.
Good for Marshfield, first down.
First down,
Jennings is running out of bounds
Marshfield.
on the far sideline by number 84, Corey Brown.
Yeah, Jennings hit that hole and was able to turn it upfield
First and
for
10
about 12
Marshfield.
yards.
The Jennings run, the ball now be spotted
Outstanding
at the
run by
Marshfield
Jennings and great offensive line,
26-yard line.
you know, work there, enabling him to get through.
So 1st and 10 for Marshfield. And this one given, I believe, to Souza up the middle. No, I believe that's actually Jennings.
Jennings.
Yes, that was Bill Jennings with the ball. Takes up the
Touchdown by a
middle.
host of Brockton
Rumbles up
defenders leading the way
for
in
about
there,
3
number
yards.
45, Johnny Ray Barnes. Also
Yeah.
number 58, Canel
Brockton
Velez.
closed up that hole quickly on that play. And I'm surprised that Marshfield hasn't, you know, gone to
2nd
the
and
air
7
where
now
they
for the
have
Rams. The ball
the wind
at
at
the
their
Marshfield
back.
30-yard line.
You know, it's a perfect opportunity to throw it deep, especially where Brockton doesn't have anyone playing safety position. No one's
With 3:59 to go here in the first quarter, Brockton will use their
back
second
defensive.
20-second timeout.
So
Again, the Marshfield Friends of Music are
timeout
happy to
called
announce that
by
their
Brockton.
2005 fall raffles underway. And
3
this year's
minutes and
prize is
59
42
seconds
inch
left in the
Samsung
first
HD
quarter.
DLP TV with a
Game
40-inch
scoreless
service
thus
contract
far,
with extra
0-0.
cable for hookup. Ticket prices
And
are $5 or
this
$3
game,
for
as we
$10.
mentioned earlier in the
Come and help
broadcast,
support the
originally
Marshfield
scheduled to be
Music
played
Program
Friday
on
night,
TV at the same time.
pushed back
Tickets
to
are on
Sunday
sale inside the
afternoon
gates at both
today
entrances to the
due to
football
bad
field.
field conditions. Brockton has a game next Friday, and I believe that Brockton High School Athletic Director John Boone stated the other day that if the game did not happen today, it just wasn't going to happen at all, because Brockton did not want to play a game and then have only 4 days to prepare for their big game against Durfee next week. We'll have more on that in a moment. 2nd and 6 situation for Marshfield. This one given to Souza.
Inside double reverse to number 6,
And
Hugo
Souza.
Souza.
Picked up maybe a yard or two.
And
Yeah, that was a
for
double
Brockton,
reverse.
number
Initially went to
58,
Jennings,
Canel
and then
also in there to make
he
the
handed
stop,
off to
number
Souza,
64,
who,
Kevin
you know, turned the
Dean.
corner and was able to pick up about 6 yards on that run.
After the Souza
but
run,
Brockton-
make it third
Brockton
and
wasn't fooled on that
three
play.
Now for the Rams, the ball will be at
It
the
was able to
Marshfield
stop him
34-yard
before he was
line.
able to get a first down.
So about 3rd and 3 situation for Marshfield. And quarterback draw.
Number 12, Kurt Leone on the quarterback keep.
Pearsey has a first down.
Leone's run was good for first down.
And the sticks will move first down. So as we're saying,
Make it first and 10
Brockton
for Marshfield.
has the
The
big
ball
game
at the
next
Marshfield
Friday night at home
37-yard
against
line.
Durfee. This game being a division game in the Big Three, it's one of those games
And
that
a stop
Brockton
that time for
must
Brockton
win.
with the interior
Yes,
of the
definitely,
Brockton
definitely.
defense. Leading the way,
And-
number 77, Curtis Ushery.
They haven't shown good signs
First and 10, Marshfield.
thus far today
At
against
37.
Marshfield, as Marshfield moving the ball very efficiently, and Brockton makes some mental errors on offense. That pass
intended was
incomplete
number
by
18, Johnny
number
Horn,
12,
incomplete.
Kurt Lee. And I would
In
say
coverage
the
that time for Brockton. Number 22,
high point of the game thus
James
far for
Brown, and
Brockton
number
was the Michael
27,
Murray
Nathan
interception
Thelen.
Yes.
on Marshfield's first drive.
Well, actually, I like that Jesse Vizende run.
That's true, but that drive didn't end up going
yeah.
anywhere
Yeah, that's true.
ultimately.
That's true.
After the incompletion, going to bring up 2nd and 10 now for the Rams. Again, the
And
ball will be
the
at the
Rams were
Marshfield
threatening
37.
when Michael Murray made that interception.
Watching this Brockton team over the past 5 weeks, it's obvious that they've got the stuff, they've got the skills to be an undefeated team and go to the Super Bowl. Sometimes they make some mental errors, however.
Definitely, definitely, because they have, even though they're still undefeated, they have struggled over the last 3 games.
And this one given to Souza. Souza rumbles up for about 6-7 yards. Good play by Souza. Number 6, Hugo Souza, really having a good game thus far for the Rams.
Yeah, and the Marshfield offensive line is really doing an outstanding job stretching out the Brockton defense, enabling the running backs to turn the corner and have a hole to cut through. So, you know, Brockton's going to have to make some adjustments and try and make sure they can close some of those holes and prevent Marshfield from picking up 6 or 7 yards to run.
So 1st and 10 once again for the Marshfield Rams. 2 men in the backfield, split formation, 1 wide out at the bottom of your screen. Leon once again taking his time, getting the play call ready, gives this one to Souza. Souza rumbles up. He's got 2-3 yards on the play.
Person down the play by number 58, Velez.
The thing with Souza is even when he rumbles up the middle and only gets about 3-4 yards, he's still getting yards. He's moving the ball consistently.
Yeah, definitely. And that play there, Brockton had a couple plays that were there in the backfield and had a chance to tie him up. Weren't able to wrap him up, and he was able to pick up another 3 or 4 yards.
Minute 40 left to go in the first quarter. Leon gives this one to Souza once again, and Souza taken down immediately by number 45, Johnny Ray Barnes. And flags fly after the play.
A late hit in there.
Making the tackle that time was number 45, Johnny Ray Barnes.
And I looked down at my roster briefly and looked up as the flag was thrown. Brian, did you see what happened?
I just saw someone come flying in from Brockton. And someone needs to get Thelen out of there. Get him out of there before he's ejected from the game.
So personal foul, was that on Nathan Thelen?
Yeah, but you know what? The way he's reacting, it appears that it was a payback blow. But, you know, as we all know, it's the second infraction that's called.
And this is going to move the sticks once again for the Marshfield Rams.
And Marshfield doesn't need any additional help from Brockton by, you know, over-aggressiveness.
You know, it might feel good to get that hit in sometimes, but if it's going to hurt your team, don't do it. Mental errors once again hurting the Brockton Boxers, giving Marshfield some excellent field possession as they are at the Brockton 21-yard line. Leon back to pass. He was looking for number 84. That was Dan Doherty. And I believe he was looking for Dan Doherty last time he tried to pass. And that's one, number 28, for Brockton. Had the interception.
Yeah, and Thelen was there playing defense as well as 38, Michael Murray, who was in position.
Yeah, it looked like if Thelen, he could have got a hand on the ball, but I don't think he really was aware that it was in his vicinity. Minute 10 left on the clock here in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Rams.
And the way this wind is blowing, just throw it straight up in the air and it could go about 30 yards.
They have to give it to Jennings instead. Jennings rumbles
Bill Jennings in the carry.
up for a few yards.
Brought down by the combined effort that time of number 66, John Rukos.
So we'll have a 3rd and 7 situation.
And this is a key play for Brockton right here. They really want to stop Marshfield right here before they get in a field position where Marshfield may go for it or keep, you know, try and make go for it on 4th down.
And Leon takes the ball on his own, runs it, and he probably has the first down.
Yeah.
On the quarterback keeper.
He's close on the Marshfield first down.
And Brockton defensively, I don't know, as far as the way they're tackling, they're really not tackling as aggressively as they have in the past. It appears that they're just trying to, you know, either knock the ball out, or just drag them down, you know, stop them from getting the first down. get aggressive.
With 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter, Marshfield used their first 20-second timeout.
So Marshfield
After the timeout, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. The ball
could be
now
moving
at
into the red zone
Brockton
momentarily.
23-yard line.
And see, now they're in 4-down territory. I mean, if it's 4th and 2, you know, what's Marshfield going to do? They're going to go for it. You know, they have Brockton backed up. They're not going to kick it. So that stop, that non-stop, is very key in this drive.
Well, keep in mind, as we saw the opening kickoff, Marshfield does have a very adequate kicker in number 32, Wendell Chipman, as he booted that ball way into the end zone. Now we're assuming he's a field goal kicker.
Yeah, but that's a kickoff. That's not a punt.
Well, they're not going to punt, but they could go for a field goal.
Yeah, they're going to go for a field goal.
This one given to Jennings.
Bill Jennings in the carry.
And he picks up another 7 yards.
Brought down from behind that time at number 66, John Ruckus.
So the linemen for Marshfield are doing an outstanding job. Continue to allow the running backs to move the sticks, and that's the end of the first quarter. And the score is still 0-0. And it appears that this is not going to be a high-scoring. This isn't going to be one of those 35-34 point games. The way the first quarter went, defensively, both teams have been. Brockton is backed up against the wall right now. Marshfield is threatening. They're just outside of the red zone, and this is a key drive for Brockton to try and stop.
And I think that the thing that would upset a lot of Boxer fans, as you mentioned, it doesn't appear that it's going to be a high-scoring game, but it probably very well could be a high-scoring game for the Brockton Boxers, at least. They definitely have the stuff to blow their opponents out of the water. They just oftentimes don't.
Yeah, they definitely have a high-powered offense. The defense has been doing an adequate job. You know, the defense does seem to have shown some mental lapses at times. It just defensively, they just need to stand up a little bit harder and stop allowing teams to just continue to move the sticks so easily.
And one thing Brockton's defense has shown throughout the season and throughout the years is that they are clutch, in that when it's 4th down and it means something, they do step it up. And we'll see what happens here as the Marshfield Rams are on the Brockton 18-yard line within the red zone, 2nd and 5. This one given to Jennings. Jennings taking it around the side, and he's pushed out of bounds.
Bill Jennings in the carry.
And I will say that Brockton defensively, they do get very stingy in the red zone. You know, when it gets down to the red zone, they do toughen up a little bit more. It's the middle of the field that they allow, you know, 3rd and 3 and 3rd and 7 allow them to pick up first downs, where you would think that it should be 3 and out.
Well, they're really going to have to step it up here. It's a 3rd and 1 situation for Marshfield. Ball on the Brockton 13-yard line, so Kurt Leone and company moving the ball quite well for Marshfield.
Number 12, Kurt Leone on the keeper.
And Leone on the keeper, and he's going to pick up the first down.
10-yard line.
So 1st and goal situation for the Rams.
And if Brockton's going to stand up, now's the time to do it. They're already in field goal range.
1st and goal for the Rams from the Brockton 10-yard line.
Brockton finds a way, you know, interception, force a fumble, they find a way.
And this one given to Jennings. Jennings
Number 5, Billy Jennings in the carry.
Picks up a gain of a few yards.
Stop that
Yeah, taken down by Thelen.
27, Nathan Thelen, and number 58, Canelo Velez.
And Canelo Velez in on a tackle. And it just
2nd and goal now for the Rams. The ball
just outside the 5-yard
line.
this one once again given to
Number
Jennings.
6, Hugo Souza on the carry.
Excuse me,
Stopped right
Souza.
at the line at scrimmage.
And he stopped at the line.
First get his pads on
And
that time was number 64,
that was an excellent
Kevin Dean.
defensive stand there by Brockton.
No gain. Going to bring up third and
Stopping them for no gain.
they got a gain of 1/3 and goal from the 4-yard line of Brockton.
They got a half a yard. And if they can stop them on this play right here, forcing them to go for a field goal, that would be an outstanding stop by the defense.
So 3rd and goal for the Rams. This one given to Jennings. Jennings taking around the left side.
Excellent.
He's taken
Number
down.
5, Bill Jennings.
Good
But
play
down
by
that time,
number 38, Michael Murray.
Mike Murray.
And Mike Murray's having a pretty good, game defensively.
With
He's been in on numerous tackles.
Second quarter, Marshfield used the
And
timeout.
had that interception
And they
down
come
at the
back
end
from the timeout. It'll be
and
4th and
stopped
goal.
Jennings from getting around the
At
corner
4-yard line.
to score the touchdown. So
Now 4th down situation for Marshfield. In this situation, do they go for it and try to pick up a touchdown? Do they feel confident enough in their kicker to go for a field goal? What do you do?
If I was the coach, I'd go for the field goal. I'd put some points up on the board. Even though Brock would be very backed up if they weren't able to punch it in. And even though they've moved the sticks consistently, I wouldn't have confidence that they'll be able to run over Brockton on a goal line situation. So, if I was a coach, I'd go for the 3 points.
And Wendell Chipman is in for Marshfield, so it appears that they will be going for the field goal.
A 23-yard field goal will be attempted by number 32, Wendell Chipman.
And the kick is up, and it is good.
Chipman's
So
23-yard field
Marshfield
goal
draws
attempt
first
is
blood
good. So
as
with
they are on
8:17
top
to go
3
here
to
in the
nothing with
second
8
quarter, the
minutes and
Marshfield Rams
17
3, the
seconds
Brockton
left in the
0.
first half.
Yeah, and that was an excellent drive by Marshfield. They were to keep it on the ground, take advantage of what their offensive line is doing to the Brockton defense. Their running backs are able to hit holes and pick up big chunks of yards when they need to. So now it's time for Brockton to show what they can do offensively. Brockton is always a threat to either, pick up 20, 30 yards on a run, as well as Resende hitting his receivers for big yards.
And hopefully, that 3 points maybe woke up the Brockton Bucks a little bit. We're going to see an entirely different team on this drive.
Yeah,
Kicking out from his own 40-yard line will be number 32, Wendell Chipman.
And once again with Brockton, it's not that when you take a look at this team, you don't think they're not a good team. It's just that you think they're capable of more.
Yeah, and Corey Brown's also a threat to running back on the kickoff.
Kickoff will be number 5, Jason Margerson. In the middle will be number 84, Corey Brown. Far side, number 22, James Brown.
And not a very good kick by Chipman. James Brown takes it. And he
Number
makes
22,
a gain
James
of
Brown on
maybe
the
7,
return.
8 yards.
Tripped up over there that time by number 51, Mike
It
Daniels,
appeared that
37, Luke
the
Ford,
way
yeah.
that kick went, well, actually, he probably just kicked it low because he knows that he's kicking it into the wind. He didn't want to take a chance on kicking it high and having the ball stopped, and Corey Brown getting underneath it. And you see they kicked it away from Corey to the far left. James Brown did well to pick up about 7 or 8 yards after he got the ball.
So 1st and 10 for Brockton, I formation, 2 men in the backfield. This one, hands off, gain of a yard. Not sure who's on the carry.
Yeah, it looked like,
Number
not sure who that
41,
was.
Richardson on the carry.
41.
Brought down by
Richardson.
the Marshfield defense, leading the way, number 57, Zach Chipman. Bring up 2nd and 6 now for Brockton. The ball now at the Brockton 38-yard line.
And excellent run.
Number 44,
by
Junior
Penn.
Junior Penn. Good second
On the
effort.
far side, number
After
6, Hugo Souza.
he got a Marshfield player on top of him, he kept going.
Yeah, he was, he gained about 2 yards, and then after that, he just kind of spun around and was able to pick up an additional 4. So, excellent run there by Junior Penn.
3rd and 2 for Brockton. The ball's going to be spotted on the Brockton 42-yard line.
Oh, there's a threat over here. We have Corey Brown and Nate Thelen. One receiver, one defender.
3rd and 2 situation. They give this one to Richardson. He gets
Number
up for
41,
first down
Aaron
and
Richardson on
more.
the carry. Good for a Brockton first down.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That was the play where they had Thelen as well as Corey Brown over here with one defender. You know, so they could have, if it was a passing play,
would like to wish him a very happy 17th birthday
he had his
today.
choice. You know, whoever was open.
Well, they got the first down. I think that's what they were looking for there.
1st and 10 for
Again, one defender on 2 players.
Yep, and
you see,
Thelen's looking
Corey
for
Brown
Resende.
just
Make
called
sure
it.
he's calling him up for it. And once again, they hand the ball off. This one,
Excellent.
They give to number 44, Junior Penn. He
Number
rumbles for a
44,
first
Junior
down and
Penn on
more.
the carry.
15-yard,
Brought down on the play
16-yard
by
gain.
number 6, Hugo Souza.
Excellent. But Corey Brown did a wise thing there. He got Jesse Resende's attention that there was only one defender over there, and at that point, that's when what's his name? The Souza dropped back in the safety
the ball will
position.
be on the Marshfield 33-yard line.
But when he dropped back, it allowed Junior Penn to not have a defender back there to stop him. He was able to pick up the 16 yards.
6:08 left in the half. Marshfield up 3-0. Brock with the ball. Resende on the quarterback keeper. He
Number 10,
takes
Jesse
it from
Resende
maybe
on
a
the
yard or
keeper. Hit
Falls
immediately on the
down
play by
maybe
number
to
45,
3 yards.
Mark Kowaleski, also on the bottom of the pile for Marshfield that time, number
And that was
55.
a good run there by Jesse.
Peter Goches.
You know, he saw the option. He saw he was able to pick up a few yards on that, and
2
picked up,
yards
like
on
you
the
said,
carry.
about
Gonna make it 2nd
3
and 8.
yards.
The ball now on the Marshfield 31-yard line. 5:38 and counting here in the first half of play at James E. Anderson Field.
So 2nd and 8 situation from Brockton. Brockton moving the ball very well this possession. Hand the ball off to Margison.
Riches, yeah, you're right.
And he rumbles up
Number
close
5,
to a
Jason
first down.
Margison
Don't
on the
think he
carry.
quite got it, but big gain nonetheless.
Excellent job, excellent run by Margison, and the offensive line is starting to do the same thing that the Marshfield offensive line was doing. Allow the running backs to hit some holes and move the sticks.
So 3rd and 2
the ball's
situation for
Marshfield
the Brockton
26-yard
Boxers
line.
at the Marshfield 26. 2 in the backfield, I formation, 2 wide out to the top of your screen. They're going to hand the ball off to Aaron Richardson. Flags on the play.
41, Aaron Richardson hit immediately at the line.
It looked like someone jumped, possibly on the Marshfield side, but they could have been drawn off by Brockton players. Let's see how the refs see it.
There we go.
Against Marshfield will place them offside.
And Brockton is fortunate with that one because, you know, Richardson was stopped in the backfield. So that allows Brockton to get the first down. And now they're threatening.
Penalties, 1st and 10 for Brockton.
So 1st and 10 on the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 for Brockton from the Marshfield 21-yard line.
This one given to Margison.
Number 5, Jason Margison on the carry.
Does take it up for quite a few yards.
Tackled on the play by Marshfield defenders, number 16.
Yeah, and the running backs are really able to pick up nice chunks of yards because the offensive line is really doing an outstanding job.
That time was number 66.
Number 66 for Marshfield getting up rather slow. That being Steve Mulligan. He was just laying on the ground for a minute or so. It really did look like he was injured for a moment, but he popped up. Appears to be okay. second and 7 situation for the Boxers. And now number 66, Steve Mulligan, coming out of the game, as I mentioned, just laying in the middle of the field for a good, say, 30 seconds. Slow getting up. They're going to take him out for at least a play. High formation for the Boxers, 2 wideouts on top of your screen. Resende back to pass. He's got Corey Brown. Gives it to Brown. First down and touchdown. Corey Brown standing there, uncovered, waiting for the pass.
Yeah, and Jesse Resende showed a lot of resiliency, a lot of presence of what he was doing as far as he was rolling out. He saw an opportunity to pick up about 4 or 5 yards, and saw Corey Brown and just hit him, you know, threw it in there, and Corey Brown did the rest. Excellent play by Resende and Brown.
And Brock definitely had time on that as Brown was standing there, awaiting the pass.
Number 32, Paul Bronco. His hold will be number 10.
And they put 6 on the board. They'll attempt to put another point on the board, making it 7 with this Paul Bronco extra point. Bronco's extra point attempt is up, and it's good. So with 3:56 left in the first half, Brockton is now on top 7-3, thanks to a Corey Brown touchdown, courtesy of Jesse Resende pass.
Definitely, definitely, and you know, and what I'm noticing due to the weather conditions out here, Brockton is going to have the wind at their back in the 4th quarter, which really can be a key factor in you know, how they play the game as far as what calls they make, whether they're going to go to the air, because they haven't gone to the air a whole lot this quarter, and they've had opportunities. So it's going to be exciting to see how this pans out.
Now that last offensive possession we just saw that led up to the Resende to Corey Brown touchdown, that's what Brockton's capable of. They can do that every drive, I'm certain of it. It just seems like it's only when their backs are up against the ropes after, say, that field goal that Marshfield put on the board early in the game that they really start to come alive.
And you know, that's funny because, you know, last year as well as the early part of the season this year, they just had such focus, and they were able to do that consistently. And it's just over the last 3 games that they really have seemed like they've lost focus on opportunities where they should be just, you know, really dominating.
And their last 2 games have gone into overtime. I wouldn't expect that to happen today, but it depends what Boxer football team shows up. I would think that in the second half, Brockton would be able to blow them out. That's what I'm going to say right now, Brian. And good return.
Number 25,
by
Dave
Marshfield.
Murray in the return for
Dave Murray.
Yeah, Dave Murray, that was no steady. You know, he caught that line drive, and you know, he didn't give Brockton a whole lot of time to get down there. He turned on the afterburners and just ran straight up the field.
1st and 10 after the Mulray return. The ball will be spotted at the Marshfield.
And Brockton is still ranked number 1, and Marshfield is currently ranked 8 or 9 in the top 10, depending on which poll you are referring to.
This one pitched out to Souza. Souza takes it for maybe a yard gain at the most.
And as you stated, Peter, with that fence so close to the sidelines, Souza, he stopped about 2 yards, or actually 2 or 3 feet from the fence. So if you get a good head of steam going, you can definitely hit that fence pretty hard.
38-yard line.
And regarding the game today, actually from the Enterprise, what's his name?
Win Bates.
Win Bates picked up Marshfield to win this game today.
Leon back out to pass for Marshfield, and
Number 12,
he takes it for about 4 yards. So he's taken down, they'll bring up about a 3rd and 2 situation. Taken down ultimately by Kevin Dean for the Boxers. And you say Win Bates predicts Marshfield to defeat Brockton.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
I don't think that will happen. I think Brockton will pull this one out. I would like to think that in the second half they could really open things up and blow out this Marshfield team. The only problem is Brockton, sometimes, there's two different sides of Brockton. Sometimes the outstanding team shows up, and sometimes the sloppy team shows up, and they barely get by, but they always do seem to get by.
Oh, yeah, they're like the Patriots. Play just well enough to win.
This one given to Murray.
Number 25,
Murray picks
Dave
up a
Murray on the
first down.
carry. Be close to a Marshfield first down.
Well, they
And
haven't called anything yet, but
Yeah,
yeah, he's
it's
got a
first
first
down.
down.
Run was good for a Marshfield first down. Brought down on the play by number 84, Corey Brown. First and 10 for Marshfield after the Murray run. He's going to make it first and 10. The ball now spotted at the Marshfield 48-yard line.
And like I said, this is the portion of the field where Brockton
2:41
really
and counting
tends
here
to
go in the
just,
first half of play at James Anderson
you know,
Field.
not be as focused as they are down in the red zone. And they need to get out of that habit and stand up a little bit right here.
And once again, Marshfield utilizing that reverse play.
Reverse.
And this one
Brought down on the play
given
that time by number
to
27,
Murray.
Nathan Dellen.
And he got close to a first.
Yeah, he's close. He's a little short, about a yard and a half short. But that was an excellent run there.
Make it second and 2 now for the Rams. The ball now in Brockton territory. Ball be spotted at the Brockton 45-yard line.
We'll call this one second and 2. Less than 2 minutes left to play here in the first half. Brockton up 7-3 over the Marshfield Rams at the moment. You're watching Brockton Community Access. Boxer Football is taking off on the Marshfield Rams here at Anderson Field. This one given to Jennings from Marshfield. He rumbles.
Number 5, Bill
For
Jennings
first
in the
down
carry.
and
Gets
more.
the Marshfield first down. Making the stop that time for Brockton, number 58, Canal Velez, and number 27, Nathan Dellen.
And Curtis Ushry,
Jennings
he's
run was
been
good for first down.
just
Get him first and 10
right
for the
there
Rams. Now the ball
a number of
spotted at the
times
Brockton
today
33-yard line.
as far as just not able to
138
make the
and counting here to go
tackle.
in the first half.
But he's been right there about 3 or 4 times today. And I'm looking forward to him making that big play before the game is out.
And Brockton players jump a little bit early, but perhaps they were drawn
Two
off
flags
sides as
before
they're
the snap of
pointing
the ball.
towards the Marshfield line, and we'll see how the refs call it. I think this one is on Marshfield. Yes, and it's going to be a false start on the
Fifth
Rams.
foul will be assessed against
And
Marshfield.
I know Ushry's glad of that because he was the one that came over the line.
At the 5-yard penalty, he's going to first and 15 for the Rams. The ball now at the Brockton 38-yard line.
And this one given to Souza. Souza taking it to the outside. He's got room. He's got a first down. And he's taken out at about the 10-yard line by number 58 for the Brockton Boxers. That being Kenyo Velez. And once he got around the corner, it looked like he was gone.
Yeah, it did. And Velez did an outstanding job by getting the right angle to able to take him down before he got into the end zone.
First and 10, the ball's going to be spotted on the Brockton 13-yard line.
So this is where Brockton needs to stiffen up again and try and keep the Rams from getting the touchdown.
First and 10 situation for the Rams. They have the ball at the box for 13-yard line. This situation, much like the last situation in which the Rams had possession of the ball, this one given to Souza. Souza taken out of bounds, loss of about 1 yard.
Souza on the carry. He run out of bounds in the
Yeah, an excellent job by Mike Murray. Mike Murray just stayed in front of him and didn't allow him to turn the corner. So good job, good defensive play by Mike Murray.
And the Souza run's going to back the ball up to about the 15-yard line at Brockton.
And we have today, you know, the
clock with 1:02.
undefeated Brockton Boxers facing the 3-1 Marshfield Rams out here at Anderson Field in Marshfield, Massachusetts.
And as we mentioned, Marshfield's one loss coming against St. John's Prep. Brockton Boxers defeating St. John's Prep in overtime, but they without a doubt struggled throughout that game. So we've got ourselves a game right here. Marshfield on the Brockton Boxers 16-yard line. This one given to Bill Jennings. Jennings takes it inside. He's taken down now for a few yards.
And excellent
Brought down
defense
over here by
again.
number
Brockton
66, John Rupert.
stiffening up in the red zone, as they do.
And number 45, Johnny Ray Barnes.
And Johnny Ray Barnes today,
With
who
44
was in on
seconds
the
to go here
tackle,
in the first
is
half.
only
Marshfield
playing
uses a
defense. He's not
timeout.
playing offense today.
They'll come back. It'll be third
That's
and
why you haven't
goal.
seen him in the backfield at all.
Checks out. It'll be third and
They've been using Richardson.
about 11. The
Timeout
ball will be
called
spotted
by
at the
Marshfield with 44
Brockton
seconds
13-yard
left
line.
in the first half. Marshfield on the Boxer 13-yard line. They have opportunity to score here going into halftime. That would be a huge momentum builder for the Rams going into halftime, I believe.
Marshfield School cheerleaders and direction of Coach Sugar Young.
Yeah,
Marshfield School marching band and direction of
They
Mr. Jim
still
Thomas.
would be able to get a first down if they're able to get inside the 2-yard line or inside the 3-yard line.
Once again, you're watching Brockton Community Access Sports. Be sure to watch Boxer Sports all throughout the week here on Brockton Community Access, the educational channel, Channel 98. We bring you Boxer football on Sunday nights and Monday nights, and Boxer soccer and other sports throughout the week. So keep checking back here to Channel 98 for all your Brockton Boxer needs. .44 seconds left in the half. Marshfield with the ball at the Brockton 13-yard line, 3rd and 11 situation. Leon hands the ball off to Murray. He
Brockton
fumbles,
has
and
it.
Brockton looks like they
The ball
recovered.
is on the ground. There's a fumble on the play.
87,
Recovered by Brockton that time. Number 87, Latrell Melton.
Latrell Melton.
So
Was
big
able to,
play.
On the ball.
Yeah, definitely. And
Brockton
that
take
was
over
a
on the
huge
fumble
play. That
recovery.
was huge defensive stand there by Brockton. They were able to disrupt Marshfield, and there was a miscue on the handoff.
38 seconds to go here in the first half.
Ball's on the
First
ground,
and
and
10 for
Melton
Brockton.
falls
The ball
on
is
it.
spotted at the Brockton 15-yard line.
Now let's see what Brockton's able to do with just 38 seconds left in the half.
I say hand the ball off once, hope to get a big gain on a handoff, and then air it out.
Yeah, I say take advantage of this wind at your back while you have it. There you go.
Zende back the pass. He's looking, he's gonna run on his own. And he's got room, he's also got the speed, we know that. He gets past one defender, he picks up a first down and more. So about a 17-yard gain, I would say.
Number 3, Jerry Freed.
And as I stated before, Jesse Resende is the leading rusher for the Brockton Boxers.
The ball will be at the Brockton 39-yard line.
And they're
25
in
seconds
position
counting here in the
very
first
quickly.
half.
Outstanding play calling by Jesse Resende.
Resende, back the pass. He's looking, he looks for Corey Brown off the fingertips.
Sende's pass.
And incomplete.
Intended to play number 84, Corey Brown, is incomplete. In coverage for the Rams that time, number 5, Bill Jennings. Incompletion will stop the clock with 15 seconds to go here in the first half of play. After the incompletion,
So 15 seconds left in the first half.
Again, the ball's on the
Brockton
39-yard
with the
line.
ball on their own 39-yard line. Brockton up 7-3 at the moment. It definitely would give them some breathing room if they could pull something off within the last 15 seconds of this first half.
Yeah, it could have been. That was Jerry.
Jerry would have taken it.
Resende back the pass. He's looking, he was looking for Thelen,
Resende's
overthrown
pass is
and almost
number
intercepted
47,
as
Nathan
number
Thelen is
3
incomplete.
from
In coverage
Marshfield,
for the
Jerry
Rams that
Freed,
time
had a
with number 3,
handoff.
Jerry
Yeah, and
Freed,
actually
number 6, Hugo
that was
Souza.
an ill-advised pass. I mean, he threw it in a double coverage. But, you know, had he led Thelen continued to run through, and if he'd have threw it over here towards the right side of the field, Thelen might have been able to get that and run to the house. So Junior Penn just came out of the game. So I would think that this is going to be another passing play. 9 seconds left in the half.
So Resende in the shotgun. He's got 3 wideouts. Resende back to pass. He's going long and a little bit too long as way overthrows
incomplete.
Nearest receiver, that being number
For
89,
Marshfield,
Ryan
in
Doherty.
coverage, number 6, Hugo Souza.
3 seconds left in the half. Brockton will have time for one more play.
And I say go to the air one more time. But I say, you know, get your speediest receiver and just go for the long ball. I mean, it's 3 seconds left in the half. Even if it's intercepted, they're not going to be able to turn around and run back up the field and score.
4th and 10 for Brockton. Again, the ball at the 39-yard line.
And the coach wants to
3 seconds remaining.
coach wants to make sure that everybody's on the same page. But I say Corey Brown up the sidelines. On the left side of the field, allow Jesse to throw it. Being left-handed and not have to throw across his body.
So a timeout is called by the Brockton Boxers to discuss what they will do in the situation. Brian, you've already given us your thoughts on what they should do. 3 seconds left in the half. Boxers up 7-3. Ball on their own 39-yard line. And we'll see if they can pull something out, because it would be a huge momentum builder
if
to get another touchdown.
Exactly.
Going into halftime.
And there's no time for anything else. There's 3 seconds, you know, by the time he drops back, or even if he does it in a shotgun, and unless he fumbles the ball, they're in a pretty safe position right now to go into the go into the locker room either up by 4 or up by 11.
After the timeout, we'll have 4th and 10 for Brockton, again from the 39-yard line.
So Brockton's got 3 wideouts at the top of your screen. On the left side, as you mentioned, Brian. Resende back to pass. He's just going to fire this one in the air, looking for Brown, Fellon, and it's going to be incomplete. And that will end the half. So at halftime, Brockton is on top 7-3. Their touchdown coming from Jesse Resende to Corey Brown touchdown. And Brian, what are your thoughts on the first half?
I think Brockton has to be a little disappointed going into the locker room with not having a bigger number up on the board. You know, you take it with a grain of salt. Brockton defensively bent a little bit. They were to make 2 key stops to allow Marshfield not to really get into the end zone for a touchdown and only hold them to 3 points. But Brockton, I know, would love to have gone into the locker room with at least 14 points or more.
Well, we'll see what Peter Colombo and company discuss in the locker room. We'll see what Brockton brings for us in the second half in about 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back in a jiffy right here on Brockton Community Access.
Hey, hey, amigo. Hey, I asked you for whole wheat bread. El Guido.
Sorry for the confusion.
You know, that's the problem with these people. If you want to serve Americans, you got to learn to speak the language. You know what I'm saying?
No, sir. I don't.
Imagine the power of one voice. Click freedomcenter.org to find yours.
Hello there. Having a lasting effect on a kid's life can be quick and easy.
Here's some stuff we've learned.
From time to time, secret codes may be used. It's not uncommon for a kid to demonstrate special powers.
Costumes can be uncomfortable, but loads of fun. Moments like these happen every day.
Lend your support. Go to bigbrothersbigsisters.org.
That's all for now.
And welcome back to Brockton Community Access Boxer Sports. My name is Peter Zimbar. I'm joined here alongside with Brian Madden. We'll be bringing you the second half of the Brockton Boxers versus the Marshfield Rams. Boxers went into halftime on top 7-3, thanks to a Jesse Resende to Corey Brown touchdown pass. Marshfield's 3 points coming obviously off a field goal by Wendell Chipman. And Brian, what do you think the Boxers need to improve upon here in the second half? Because though they're in the lead at the moment, they were a bit sloppy in the first half.
They were real sloppy in the first half, and not only that, they're fortunate to have gone into the locker room with the lead, because 2 times that Marshfield was in the red zone, they had turnovers, preventing them from scoring. So Brockton should have been able to put more numbers up on the board, and they're fortunate that Marshfield did not. So I'm looking forward to Brockton really standing up, because they're pretty much a second half team. They get stronger in the second half, and they have consistently in the past. I think they'll do the same today.
And Paul Bronco to take the ball off for Brockton. And as you mentioned, Marshfield very well could have been in the lead going into halftime, but they fumbled, which under a minute left, giving Brockton the ball back. Brockton attempted to do what they can, but to no avail for a touchdown. Number 3, Jerry Freed, big return for Marshfield. He brings it into Brockton territory, and it looks like Marshfield will start off at the Brockton 45.
Yeah, and James Brown was able to stop him right there. Had he gotten past James, the only person left was Paul Bronco. You know, not that he couldn't have made the stop, but why test that? You know, he's a kicker.
And they're going to mark this at the Brockton 48-yard line, so this will bring up a 1st and 10 for the Marshfield Rams. Excellent field possession to start off the second half for the Rams. 2 men in the backfield, split formation. Leon gives the ball over to Souza. Souza to the outside. He's taken down after about a yard.
Brought down fairly quickly by number 45, Captain Johnny Ray Barnes.
And he picked up 2 yards on that. And you know, this is where Brockton really needs to stand up.
46-yard line.
They need to stand up defensively and not allow Marshfield to just keep on moving the sticks. But this is going to be a key drive right here, because Marshfield is definitely looking to take the lead if they're able to get down into the red zone.
So gain of 2 on that last play. 2nd and 8 situation for Marshfield. This one, Leon back to pass. He's under pressure. He's looking. He was looking for number 18, John Eamon. Nathan Thelen, in the way he looked like if he jumped fairly high, he could have gotten a hand on it, but bad pass by Leon nonetheless, and good defensive play by Nate Thelen and company.
Yeah, because if he had been able to get that reception, you know, 18, who John Eamon had a step or 2 on James Brown, and he would have been able to score easily.
3rd and 8 situation for the Marshfield Rams. 10-10 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 1 man in the backfield, 2 wideouts at the bottom of your screen. Leon gives it to Jennings. Jennings runs up. He's got the 1st down and more.
Number 5, Bill Jennings in the carry. Good for Marshfield, 1st down.
This combination of Bill Jennings and Hugo Souza for the Marshfield Rams has really done some damage to the Brockton Buckles. Hasn't escalated into points just yet.
No, it has not.
They're well on their way.
Yeah, and Brockton's been very fortunate that you know, they're not really trailing in this game. Like I said, they've had 2 key stops in the red zone, but Marshfield is threatening again.
This one's given to Murray.
Number 25, Dave Murray in the carry.
He's got a few touches in this game as well.
Yeah, he has.
So a 3 running back assault
Hit fairly quickly on the play that time by number 66, John Lucas.
This will be a 2nd and 11 situation for Marshfield. Once again, you're watching Brockton Community Access Sports. We're bringing you all the action here from James G. Anderson Field in Marshfield, Massachusetts.
2nd and 11, ball will be spotted at the 34 of Brockton.
And Marshfield appears to be taking advantage of the wind at their back. I'm looking forward to them going to the air again.
They've got 2 wideouts up front. They opt to give it to Bill Jennings instead, and he is just bombarded by a slew of Brockton defenders. They take him down for a loss.
Brockton defenders.
And we've got 1 Brockton player slow getting up, that being number 73.
Jean.
Yeah, Javon got injured on it. Javon got injured on that play, and he's getting off the field of his own power, but outstanding defensive stand there by Brockton.
3rd and 12, the ball now at the Brockton 36-yard line.
And that's what I'm more accustomed to seeing. You know, the Brockton defense really gang tackles, stopping them at the line of scrimmage, and I haven't seen a whole lot of that today.
And Leon back to pass. He's got some defenders in his way. Gets it over to Chipman. Chipman has got room. He picks up a first down, jumps over a Brockton defender.
Wendell Chipman on the screen pass.
Wendell Chipman proving he's much more than a kicker on that play.
Yes.
Finally hit on the play by number 22, James Brown.
And the chain should move on that one.
Yeah, I believe they're going to measure. They're going to measure.
Timeout.
It appears to be a first down, though.
I think he's got it.
Yeah, and
Well, the first appearance of Marshfield's chain gang.
And
Michael Murray had a chance to stop him for a loss. And wasn't able to
Leading the way for the chain
wrap
gang
him up.
will be Mr. Steve O'Neill and Mr. George Bakey.
And they are going to bring the chains out. I thought he had it, and it looks like he's going to be just short.
Marshfield will
This will bring up a 4th and inches situation.
And what do you think they're going to do?
Probably the quarterback draw. That seems to be a play they've gone to at least
They're
2 to
definitely
3
gonna go
times
for
in the
it.
course of this game.
The ball will be spotted.
And they're in 4-down territory. I mean, they can go for it.
They're in 4-down territory. And this is where Brockton really has to suck it up and get it done. They need a defensive stand like they had just 2 plays ago.
So, 4th and inches.
4th and inches for the Rams.
For the Marshfield Rams, 7:47 left in the 3rd quarter. Big defensive play for Brockton, big offensive play for Marshfield. We'll see which way this one goes here at Anderson Field. Fumble, and he picks the ball up. He picks up first down
Number
and
12,
more.
Kurt Leon on the quarterback keep.
Kurt Leon
the fumble and gets good head for a first down.
Takes
for the
nothing and
Rams.
makes something out of it.
Yeah, it definitely made something out of nothing because the ball was on the ground, but it didn't stay there long.
Number 66,
So
John
it's picked
Ruckus,
up
and number 58, Canal Velez.
Picked it up and moved the
Leon's
sticks.
run good for Marshfield, first down inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the Brockton 19-yard line.
So first down for Marshfield. Leon in the shotgun formation. He's got 2 men in the backfield, split to each side of him. Leon hands the ball off to Souza. Souza around to the right side. He's taken down shortly after picking up a few yards.
Down from behind by number 66, John Ruckus.
And Brockton continues to try and stretch out the offensive line.
2nd and 6 now
and,
for
keep the running
the
back
Rams. The
contained.
ball right at the Brockton
Say to pick up about 4
15-yard
yards,
line.
3-4 yards on that play.
Yeah, this will bring up a 2nd and 6 situation for the Rams. Man in motion. Leon pitches the ball off to Souza. Souza to the left side. He picks up maybe a yard.
To number 6, Hugo Souza.
Actually picked up more than that.
Hit over there pretty quickly.
Judging from the line of scrimmage.
Corey Brown and number 45, Johnny Ray Barnes.
An excellent defense there by Brockton. Holding it just, we still have
Gain of about 2 on the play.
3rd and
4. The ball now
4.
spotted at the Brockton 13-yard line.
It's a key stop right here. Brockton needs to get it done.
Thought of a key stop for Brockton. This one pitched out to Souza once again. Souza bobbles a little bit. Brockton defenders stop him.
Number 6, Hugo
And Michael
Souza
Murray did an excellent job on that one.
Mike Murray.
Mike Murray was able to catch an ankle and hold on and wait for the cavalry to arrive.
It looked like Souza bobbled the ball a little bit,
With 5:46
giving the
to go in
Brockton
third
defense
quarter.
some time
Marshfield
to get in on him.
Yeah, it was a bad pitch,
Souza
but
lost
Souza
a
was
couple
able
yards on the
to
play. He's gonna make
get
it
control of the
4th
ball
and
very quickly.
6. The ball will be spotted at the
But
Brockton
it just gave
15-yard
that
line.
slight hesitation enabled Brockton's defense to really turn the corner and get over there.
And with this being a 4th down, one option that we've seen before that Marshfield has gone to early in the game successfully was a field goal. As we know, Wendell Chipman is capable
especially
being
with the wind.
accurate and long.
Yeah, especially with the wind at his back. If you're going to go for a field goal, this is the side of the field you'd want to do that.
And I do not see Chipman out on the field as of yet, though he is a tight end as well.
Yes.
But he's on the field now, and he's in the backfield. Appears that they'll be going for a field goal.
Or a fake. Brockton really should be ready for the fake as well.
Yes, as Kurt Leone is the placeholder. Interesting if him being the placeholder gets the ball, he can dish it out to Chipman, and it would be out of the ordinary for Chipman to be running the ball in.
Kurt Leone and the center number 21,
Brockton
Brian
calls
Shea.
timeout. Brockton calls timeout.
Again, with 5:26 to go here in the third quarter, Brockton will use their first timeout of the second half. Marshfield Friends of Music are happy to announce that their 2005 fall raffle is underway, and this year's prize is a 42-inch Samsung HD DLP TV with a 4-year service contract and this
into the
cable
game.
for hookup. Tickets can be purchased at both entrances to the football field.
So, Chipman with the field goal attempt for Marshfield. This looks to be about a 23-yard attempt. It is off that.
Wide right. Wide right.
Certainly had the distance, just not accurate enough. Field goal no good.
Wide right.
And Brockton
will take over with 5:21
has to be very pleased with the
third
defense
quarter.
on that drive. Stopping Marshfield from getting any closer, stopping them from moving the sticks once they got down to the close to the red zone. So 5 minutes and 21 seconds left in the third
Brockton
quarter.
takes over, 1st and 10 now for the Boxers. The ball will be on their 20-yard line.
So 1st and 10 Brockton. Ball on their own 20. Resende hands the ball off. This one given to number 44, that being Junior Penn. Junior Penn showing quite the effort.
Yeah, Junior Penn had half the Marshfield Rams on his back, and he dragged them for about 4 yards. And then the rest of the team came over and was able to bring him down. But it took the whole Marshfield team to bring him down. Excellent drive run there by Junior Penn.
Ball now at the Brockton 24-yard line.
So 4-yard gain by Junior Penn. 2nd and 6 situation for the Boxers. Resende going to keep it himself, and Resende has not been too successful in the quarterback keep yet today. He's always running into his own men and running into defenders.
Making the stick in there, number 57, Zach Chipman, and number 41,
he's done that a lot
Kevin Robinson.
Lately. Just, you know, he's so fast, he's just needs to really look and hit his avenues before he starts to kick it in.
The successful keeper he had today, I believe, wasn't an intended quarterback sneak. It's just that he had no other options, and he ran it for about 15 yards.
After a Sunday carry, 3rd and 2 from the 28 of Brockton.
Resende gives it to Junior Penn. Penn stopped.
So 44, Junior Penn on the carry. Penn on the backfield.
That's going to be a loss.
Number 57.
And Junior Penn got hit for a loss on that one.
First to get him over there, number 62, and there, Dan Bradley for the Rams.
Jan Bradley was the first one to get to
No
him.
gain on the plays, and I'm bringing 4th and 2. Again, the ball will be at the 28-yard line of Brockton.
And Marshfield should have very good field position.
Number 10,
due
Jesse
to
Resende will drop back
will
for
be
the punt.
kicking into
Number
the
5,
wind.
Bill Jennings will drop back for Marshfield to receive that punt.
And Resende's punts very high, not very long. Gets a good Brockton bounce, and it will go over the 50 into Marshfield territory. So Marshfield will take over at their own 48-yard line.
And Brockton was very fortunate because that ball literally was going about 6 yards before it came down and took a Brockton bounce, which propelled it about a good 12, 15 yards before it was down at the 48-yard line.
We've got 3:11 left in the third quarter. Brockton up 7-3. Marshfield now with the ball. 1st and 10 situation as they have the ball at their own 48-yard line. And Marshfield moved the ball very well today. They've just yet to connect to the end zone.
They've had their chances, though.
Leone gives the ball to Jennings. Jennings up the middle, and he's met by Johnny Ray Barnes.
Number 5, Bill
and
Jennings.
And he's taken way back.
Hit up for
and
short
Johnny
game,
Ray Barnes,
45, Johnny
excellent
Ray Barnes.
stop there, because it looked like Jennings had a hole and was about to pick up
the ball now
a good chunk of yards before he was met at the 50-yard line. So Barnes held him just 2 yards and then backed him up about 7 before the whistle was blown. And Brockton does get stronger in the second half, so I'm looking forward to the defense really stiffening up here.
2nd and 8 situation, Leone back to pass. He's looking for Jennings. He's got him. First down, Marshfield.
Pass is complete on the play to number 5, Bill Jennings. Brought down on the play by number 45, Johnny Ray Barnes.
And I'll tell you, that was an outstanding pass there by Leone. He showed magnificent touch to throw it in between 2 Brockton defenders, and hitting Jennings in stride was able to pick up a first down.
With
and
2:11 to go here in
Marshfield
the third
calls
quarter.
a timeout with 2:11
20-second timeout.
Left in the
Lone
third quarter.
completion to Jennings will be 1st and 10 for the Rams. The ball will be at the Brockton 38-yard line.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, but I believe the second quarter was scoreless for both teams, and thus far the third quarter has been as well. I believe all the points are coming from early on in the game.
The first quarter was scoreless. The second quarter is when they were able to put some numbers up on the board.
All right. Well, thank you for correcting me since I was wrong.
No problem.
Leone hands the ball off to Jennings. Jennings
5, Bill Jennings
goes up
the
for
carry.
about 5-6 yards.
Grabbed by the leg and brought down by number 60, Perry Phillips.
Johnny Ray Barnes in on the tackle.
I would have to say between Bill Jennings and Hugo Souza, they're both averaging about 5-6 yards per carry.
Yeah, they're really doing an outstanding job, and you know, they're very athletic young men, and they're able to bounce it outside or power it up the middle.
Second and 5. This one given to Souza. Souza's running into some trouble. He maybe picks up a yard or 2.
Carry. Trips up on the play and is down by number 77,
and
Curtis Ussery.
Johnny Ray Barnes has really turned it up in the second half. He was in on a number of tackles in the first half, but he's been in on pretty much every tackle since the second half started. And that's what they need. They need the leadership of their captains and their seniors.
So, a 3rd and 5 situation. This one given to number 25, Dave Mowry.
Tackled here on the near sideline by number 45, Johnny Ray Barnes, and number 22, James Brown.
And again, Johnny Ray in on a tackle. First one to the running back.
Spot for the Rams. Looks like it's going to be 4th yard. The ball
continue to use that option play.
29-yard line.
Just, you know, a low pass out to the running back. I don't know why they're not taking advantage of this wind at their back. There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter.
They had a 4th and 1, and once again the quarterback keeper.
I don't think he made it.
And I'm not sure if he got it.
On the keep.
Didn't look like he got it.
Quickly by on the play by number 45, Johnny Ray Barnes, and number 77, Curtis Ussery.
And Johnny Ray Barnes is saying, get on my back. In the second half, he's in on every play.
Brockton is going to take over
on downs as Brockton will take over.
1st and 10 for Brockton. The ball now being
at their
possession
19.
at the 29-yard line.
Or 29, rather. Yeah, 9.
That was Ussery and Barnes in the stop for Brockton. They'll take over 1st and 10. The ball at the 29 with 6 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
And I think once Brockton has starts coming the other way, in the other direction.
Yes, that will happen in 6 seconds.
In 6 seconds.
As the third quarter will come to an end, they'll have the win at the back.
They're going to have the win at the back, and I really think that the the wind conditions is something that the coaches should use to Brockton's advantage.
I formation, Resende, back to pass, he's looking, he's got Corey Brown for about a 5-yard gain.
Playing number 84, Corey Brown.
An excellent pass there
by number 5, Bill
by
Jennings.
Resende,
End of three-quarters
throwing
of play
into the wind and hitting Corey Brown
the boxes of
for a
Brockton
first
10,
down.
The Marshfield
I'm sorry, for about 8-yard gain.
And that will do it for the third quarter, as Brockton will now have the wind at their back for the fourth quarter, and judging from the first play of that possession, it looks like they're looking to air things out a little bit.
Yeah, because Resende can do it. I mean, he had some hiccups in the last couple of games, but I really think that he'll be able to get it together and hit his receivers. I mean, he has such threats with Brown as well as Thelen and Doherty.
And Brockton will want to put some points up on the board on this possession, because you don't want Marshfield to be within a touchdown of leading this game.
Yeah, definitely. And Marshfield's at home. They have one loss. They're really looking forward to doing well this season and going into the playoffs. This is a non-division game for both teams, but Brockton wants to remain undefeated, and they want to keep that #1 status in the top 10.
And Marshfield had some opportunity to score touchdowns early in this game. It's just been a matter of Brockton's clutch defense, as well as Marshfield's mental errors, as we saw a fumble.
A fumble and an interception.
Fumble and interception. Especially the fumble in the red zone really hurt them.
And flags before the snap of the ball.
Do we have
offsides?
Another false start for Brockton.
And one of the Marshfield leaders got into the player's face who jumped off sides, letting her know, look, stand up. You can't be giving them free yards.
Encroachment. Be a 5-yard penalty and a automatic Brockton first down. Be now 1st and 10 for Brockton. The ball will be on the Brockton 41-yard line.
So Resende hands the ball off to Richardson. Richardson maybe get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Don't think there was much of a gain on that play.
45, Marco Oleski.
Yeah, no, he picked up about 2 yards on that play. That was a pretty decent run by.
Going to make it 4th and 6 now for.
They call that 4 yards.
To be on the Brockton 44-yard line.
Okay, you thought he got to the line of scrimmage. I thought he got about 2, and they're saying he got 4. I like their call better.
This one given to Margison.
Yes.
Number 5, Jason Margison on the carry. First hit on the play by number 57, Zach Chipman.
I think towards midfield it gets somewhat difficult to judge the lines because, as you mentioned, raining for the past 7 days, it's taking its toll on this field a little bit.
Yeah, and the hash marks are really non-existent, especially between the 40 on the west side of the field and the 50. Third and 6, this is a big play right here.
And Resende on the quarterback keeper picks up a few.
Yeah, he picked up about 4 yards on that.
Finishing him off with number 3,
4th down situation for the Boxers.
What do you do, Pete?
Make it 4th and
it's about a 4th and 2.
About 2 yards. The ball will be on the Brockton 49-yard line.
I mean, there's not even a second thought here. Brockton's defense has been able to stand up to this point. You got the wind at your back. You want to back Marshfield up and try and get them to go 3 and out, and then you have them kick it, and you get good field position.
Number 10, Jesse Resende in the punt for Brockton. Back to the punt will be number 6, Hugo Sousa. Number 5, Bill Jennings.
By Brockton.
With 8:58 to go here in the fourth quarter, Brockton will use a full timeout.
Apparently, Armin Colombo and Peter Colombo, and the entire
Peter and
coaching
Armin.
staff. Yeah, Peter and Armin. Well, they went right to Armin, so.
Okay, hi.
That's why I chose to say Armin first. No disrespect to Peter, but I saw the players go to Armin first. I think that he was just happened to be closer.
Okay. And what a tandem.
Yeah.
What a tandem. You know, the coach is Colombo.
Then I see another coach, David Crott, in the field. Maybe I'll say him first next time. He's not a head coach, but, you know, we'll say him first. They went to him.
But this is you know, important drive right here. They really want to back Marshfield up. You know, Jesse should be able to get a good kick with the wind at his back. If they can get him down inside the 20, that would be outstanding.
So they are discussing things over the sideline. Still think they're going to opt to punt it?
Yeah, I do.
After the
I
timeout,
guess they're not.
Jesse Resende will lead his team out of the
No, Resende
huddle.
has
Fourth
3
and
men in
short.
the backfield. They're going to go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, and they drew some people off sides.
He didn't
Resende
hike it.
Stopped on the play.
When they jumped off sides,
Number 65.
he should have hiked it.
First to get him from Marshfield.
They pulled him
Frank
off sides,
Kelly.
and then, yeah. I think that was a miscue. I think that was a miscue. The center should have, as soon as they jumped off sides, whether Jesse was ready or not, should have just put it in his hands.
Well, I think the snapper was just basically going off the snap counts. It didn't want to change anything.
Well,
because it could have been, if he'd snapped it prematurely, it still could have.
I understand,
and it could have been called a false start.
But when he gave that hard count, he was ready. He was ready. This may be a huge factor in the game.
And
Number 5,
big
Bill
running
Jennings
play
in the
by
carry.
Bill Jennings.
Picked up about 6,
Stopped
7
on the play by
yards.
Number 38, Mike Murray. Also in there, number 64, Kevin Dean.
But let's see if Brockton can stay focused defensively
Jennings picks
after
up 5,
that.
makes it
I don't know.
2nd and 5. The ball now
I
at
think
the
they should have punted the ball.
42-yard line.
I really think they should have punted the ball and packed Marshfield up, because Marshfield has been able to move the sticks consistently all game long, and Brockton is fortunate that there were 2 turnovers in the red zone inside the 10.
Well, Brockton's defense has been clutch this season, and we'll see how
Number
clutch
6,
they are on this
Souza on the
possession.
carry.
Souza picks up a few yards,
First
bringing
off
up
the play by
a
number
3rd down
64,
situation.
Kevin Dean.
Yeah, and that was excellent defense by Brockton, stretching
Souza
them
picks
out.
up no yards in the
And,
play. Going to make it 3rd and 5
holding
now.
them to,
The ball remaining at the Brockton 42-yard
no
line.
gain.
Under 8 minutes to go here in the game.
Now, if they're able to make a stop right here, well, this is 4-down territory for Marshfield. They're down by 4 points, so they have 2 downs to try and get 4 yards, 5 yards.
So 3rd and 5 situation. Kurt Leon calling some audibles for the Marshfield Rams. Leon hands the ball off, and
he slips.
Number 25, Dave
That's
Mulry.
Dave Mulry.
On the carry, slips and falls after
This
a 2-yard
brings up
gain.
And
4th down situation.
4th down situation, and Brockton was fortunate that he slipped. I think they were going to get him right about
Brings
there
up
anyway.
4th and
But you know, that
and a
takes
long
any
3 now for the
possibility
Rams.
of
The ball
additional
on the
yards out of the
Brockton 40-yard line.
equation when he lost his footing.
And the crowd chanting to go for it here
And-
at Anderson Field.
And he's kicking it into
Punt
the
for
wind.
Marshall, be number 6, Hugo Souza.
Well, he's kicking against this wind, so I don't think it's going to go that far.
Yes, Nate Bellin and Corey Brown. Relatively not that far back. This punt down and it looks like Brockton
Souza's punt will be down on the play
will
number 18,
take
John
over
Emon.
at about
The
the
18.
19-yard line.
Down
Okay, the
with
18, sure.
inside the Brockton 20-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Brockton from their own 19-yard line with 6:27 to go here in the fourth quarter play at James Anderson Field. The Rams next week will travel to Severian, where they'll take on Severian next Saturday at 1:30.
So Brockton takes over with 6 minutes and 27 seconds left in the game. They're up 7-3 at the moment. And I think that they're looking
1st and 10 for Brockton
to kill the
from
clock
their
and
own
score at the
19-yard
same
line.
time. Resende
There he
hands
goes.
the
There he
ball
goes.
off. Junior Penn.
Number 44, Junior Penn on the carry.
He brings it up close to a first
Tackle
down if
play
he
by
didn't
number
get
3,
it.
Jerry
Yeah, he's
Freed,
got a first down.
but not before Penn picks up a Brockton first down.
Yeah,
Definitely
the
got a
sticks will
first down.
move. First
1st
down,
and
Brockton.
10 now for Brockton. The ball will be
And now
spotted at
Brockton
the
has a little bit of room.
31-yard
You know,
line.
they were at the 18-yard line, so they weren't backed up that much anyway. But, you know, you definitely want some room to, and also to get out of that mush at the end of the field.
So, two wideouts at the bottom of the screen, I formation. Resende hands the ball off once again to Junior Penn. Junior Penn picks up, looks like another Brockton first down.
Junior Penn on the carry.
And their left side of the
Brought down on
field,
the far side by number 3, Jerry
offensive
Freed, once
line on the
again.
left side is really doing an outstanding job backing up the Marshfield defenders, enabling Junior Penn to get around the corner and pick up first downs on a regular basis. Now, because they get stronger in the second half anyway, and they're just taking advantage. And you know what? Brockton eventually is gonna fool them by going to the air.
And another handoff for Brockton. This one,
Number 41,
about 4 yards.
Aaron Richardson on the carry. Up at the right side of the Rams defensive line.
And Aaron Richardson picked up about 4 yards
55,
before he was,
on the tackle.
I don't know,
Also over there,
number 41.
J.J. Hensley.
Kevin Robinson came,
Gets about
you know,
4 in the
flying
break,
in
and
and
second and six.
diving into
The ball will be at
onto the players like a marsh pit.
6-yard line.
And he garners a few chuckles from the crowd at that, as well as chuckles from Brian.
Jesse
Resende on the keeper. He picks up a
Number
first
10,
down a little
Jesse
bit more.
Resende on the keep. Good for a Brockton first down. Brought down on the play by number 6, Hugo Souza. Also back there to help Souza, number 3, Jerry Freed.
And Brockton is doing what they need to
Good
do.
for a Brockton first down.
They're staying on the ground. They continue to eat up the clock and eat up the yards.
And I don't think there's been a third down possession yet for Brockton on this drive.
There has not, because they got 2 first downs back to back on first down, and then first down on the second down.
Resende hands the ball off to Penn. Penn rumbles up for about 5-6 yards until he's taken down.
Number 44, Junior Penn on the carry.
Now, the whistle was blown dead, and after he wasn't stopped, after the scrum there in the middle, Junior spit out and was able to run around.
4-yard
Looked like he was getting ready to run in for a touchdown.
Again, the ball will be now at the Marshfield 40-yard line.
So 2nd and 5 for Brockton. Resende once again on the keeper. He picks
Number
up
10, Jesse Resende
2-3 yards as he's taken down almost immediately as he takes a few steps.
Yeah, but he picked up a couple of yards, taken down hard by Tom Kelly.
3 now, or long 2. The ball will be spotted on the Marshfield 36-yard line.
3rd and 3 situation for the Boxers.
And Brockton needs to put some numbers up on the board in this drive.
Resende hands it off to Junior Penn, picks up the first down
Number
easily
44,
and
Junior
more.
Penn on the carry for Brockton. He's stopped by number 6, Hugo Souza.
And Brockton's got some momentum going for him if they don't score on this drive.
Penn's run was
Yeah,
good
they definitely
for a
have some
Brockton first
momentum
down,
going.
1st and 10
And
for Brockton. The ball
there's just
inside the
under
30, spotted at the
3 minutes,
Marshfield
45
49-yard
seconds
line.
left in the game. Brockton just wants to continue to control the ball and control the field, move the sticks. And they're doing an excellent job at this time.
1st and 10 situation, Resende to Penn.
Again, number 44,
picks
Junior
up
Penn on the carry.
About
Brought down
4
the play by
yards.
number 10, Captain Bud O'Donnell.
And Johnny Ray Bonds did an outstanding job defensively. he was the workhorse defensively, and Junior Penn is getting it done right now on his drive.
2nd and 6 for Brockton. The ball will be at the Marshfield 25-yard line.
2nd and 6 situation for Brockton. 2:55 left to go in the game. Brockton up 7-3. And they're moving the ball very well against this Marshfield defense. Resende hands the ball off to Richardson. Richardson does not go very far. He runs through a brick wall of Marshfield defenders, bringing up a 3rd down.
At the line of scrimmage.
And Aaron Richardson wasn't able to pick up a lot of yards on it, if any. He was stopped, but he was able to get a nice tight grip on the ball. Because right now, Marshfield has to be thinking about stripping.
With 2:30 to go here in the game,
stripping the ball.
Marshfield needs a timeout. After the timeout, it'll be 3rd and 7 for Brockton. The ball now at the Marshfield
3rd and 7 situation for Brockton, as there was a 1-yard loss in that last play. And as I look around, Brian, one thing that you noticed during halftime, lots of people in Marshfield bringing their dogs to the game.
Yeah, it's bring your dog to the game day.
Yeah, it sounds like some promotion that Brockton Rocks would come up with, but lots of canines here at James G. Anderson Field.
Yes, there are. There are big dogs, little dogs, fat dogs, skinny dogs, white dogs, black dogs.
But for the kids, there's no cat
It's like a Dr. Seuss situation here.
Resende back to pass. He's looking for
Doherty.
Jonathan Rukas, I believe, or is
Doherty.
that Doherty? Ryan Doherty fumbles, recovers.
He recovered it. He recovered it.
Play to number 89, Ryan Doherty.
Doherty made the reception, turned it upfield, fumbled the ball, and was able to fall on it and recover the ball down inside the 10-yard line.
Doherty recovered his own fumble.
And outstanding reception. Nice presence of mind of Resende. You know, he rolled out. He's always a threat to run. When the defenders left their man and tried to come up to stop Jesse, he just tossed it in there to Doherty. Was able to pick up a 1st down.
1st and goal for Brockton. Presenting his
Junior
ball
Penn.
to Junior Penn.
Touchdown.
Junior Penn rumbling up.
Oh, my bag.
And
our announcer, Brian Madden's bag of stuff has just blown underneath the bleachers.
Defended in the play. 66 Mulligan, 62 Bradley, 61 Kevin.
No, I'll wait till after the game.
So, Brian Madden, being the trooper that he is, you're going to finish the game before you get your bag, Brian, huh?
Yeah, hopefully no one goes down there and absconds off with it.
Marshfield.
Oh, timeout. Let me go get my bag.
Okay, we've got a timeout. So, our color commentator, Brian Madden, taking this opportunity to run and get a bag that blew underneath the bleachers here at James G. Anderson Field. As we mentioned, the wind is not only a factor in the game, but also a factor in people keeping their possessions in the stands. 2nd and goal situation for Brockton with 1 minute and 43 seconds left in the game. Brockton looks like they'll be able to score here, get some breathing room, and ultimately win the game, because I doubt Marshfield can score 2 touchdowns in a little bit over a minute, but it's happened before. The Heidi game comes to mind from the 1970s. I wasn't alive back then, but I watched ESPN Classic, so I know about it. Brockton making their way back onto the field. No sign of Brian Madden yet. He's still underneath the bleachers trying to get his bag. We'll have an update for you as soon as we get that. In the meantime, 2nd and goal situation for Brockton. 2 men in the backfield, I formation. Resende hands the ball off to Junior Penn. Penn rumbles up. Touchdown Brockton, and Brian Madden returns with his bag at the same time. It's a double whammy. So Brian, Junior Penn runs for a 4-yard touchdown for the Boxers. 13-3 Brockton, and you get your bag at the same time. What are you more excited about?
The win. I ain't really have anything of value in my bag, but it fell on the outside of the fence. So I had to have some children down there to help me out and toss it over the fence.
Well, we thank the children of Marshfield for helping you out with that.
Yes, definitely. And we thank Junior Penn for getting it done in this drive.
Attempting the point after will be number 32, Paul Bronco. His hold will be number 10, Jesse Resende.
So Paul Bronco going for the extra point for Brockton. It is up.
It's good.
And it is good. So it appears that junior pen run has appeared to put the nail in the coffin for Marshfield in Brockton. Up 14-3 with a minute 39 left. It looks like they will walk away with the victory.
Yeah, and there was excellent play calling in that drive by the coaching staff to, give it to junior pen consistently, play after play, knowing that he's a powerhouse. He doesn't really get tired. And he's able to just run all over Marshfield on that drive, picking up first downs on first down plays and moving the sticks consistently. And excellent job there by Jesse Resende as well in that drive. With that 3rd and 7 reception to Doherty, enabling Brockton to keep possession of the ball.
And that was without a doubt the best drive Brockton has had all day.
Yes. That was one of the best drives they've had in a few games. Because they were just, dominated on the field on that play. I mean, on that drive.
Kicking off for Brockton from his own 40 will be number 32, Paul Bronco.
And the last game we covered was the St. John's game, a little bit sloppy. However, the Fitchburg game did air on our station. We thank our friends at Fitchburg Public Access for giving us a tape, allowing people in the city of Brockton to be able to witness last week's game between the Brockton Boxers and Fitchburg.
Yes.
Paul Bronco, beautiful kick. This one's going to be taken by Hugo Souza. And Souza taken down at about the 25-yard line.
I could never understand why,
Brockton special team
players who have the ball just tend to run into the backs of their own
also
team.
in that time, number 58, Canelo Velez.
Consistently a lot in football.
And number 30, John Morrissey.
Instead of hitting the hose, there was openings. But good defense there by Brockton.
Rams will take over 1st and 10. The ball will be spotted on their own
1 minute 34 seconds left in the game.
1:34 to go.
Brockton leads by 11.
So a minute 34 left to go. If Marshfield wants to do anything, Kurt Leone and company will have to score extremely quickly, have an onside kick recover, and then score very quickly again. So the odds are against them, but we'll see what happens. This one gives to Bill Jennings. Jennings picks up first down and a lot more. He's still going to the 40, to the 35, still going, gets down to the Brockton 30-yard line as I am choking up and having trouble getting my words out.
Margerson had him. Instead of trying to hand tackle him, he should have dove at his legs and taken him down right here at the 45-yard line. Instead, he tried to grab him instead of hitting him hard.
And Leone spikes the ball, stopping the clock.
Leone spikes, stopping the clock with 1:19 to go here in the 4th quarter.
But Brockton was fortunate to get some defenders back there to stop that drive, because that was an excellent run there by Jennings. Now it looks like Brockton just really just relaxed after scoring, knowing that it'd be difficult for Marshfield to come back. But they need to get focused again for this last minute and 19 seconds.
Leone back the pass. He tries to get it over to number 32, Wendell Chipman, but battered down by Brockton.
Yeah, junior Penn was rushing, was blitzing, and just put his hands up and deflected that ball. More excellent defense there by Brockton.
Leone back to pass once again. He's looking.
Leone's pass is intended on the play number 84, Dan Doherty, is incomplete.
Out of bounds.
Second coverage that time for Brockton, number 27, Nathan Thelman.
So 1:08 left, 4th down situation.
Yeah, and
for Marshfield, they have to score here.
Now for the Rams, the ball will be at the Brockton
very well could have been a
30-yard
touchdown.
line. Minute 8 left in the game.
Had the Leone put a little bit more touch on it. And so they have a mismatch over there with James Brown facing 84 because of the height differential.
Leon, good play by Leon, not going down, but he's gonna rumble for a first down at least.
Number 12,
and keep this drive alive for Marshfield.
First down run.
And Junior Penn was right on his tail. I mean, had he been a step slower, Junior Penn would have hit him hard
Leon's
and maybe
good
caused
for
the
first
fumble.
down. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rams. The ball will be spotted at the Brockton 16-yard line.
Now, if Marshfield were to score here, I would assume they would go for 2 points. And if they were to get the 2 points, they would be in a field goal range of tying the game up.
Yeah, that would be what they should do. I would think they would do.
But they have to score first, and they've got 59 seconds left in this game. Hands the ball off to Jennings.
5, Bill Jennings in the draw, stopped on the play by number 45, Johnny Ray Barnes. Marshfield uses a timeout with 54 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter.
Brockton's confident that they'll be able to hold them down. And even if they are able to score, that insurance touchdown that they just received
2nd and 7
a few
after the
minutes ago,
timeout. Ball will be on the Brockton
putting them up by 11,
13-yard line.
pretty much puts this game away. Brockton would have to totally collapse to allow Marshfield to score and then do an onside kick and get the ball back.
Have a nice round of applause for the Marshall High School cheerleaders in the direction of Coach Sugar Young.
Well, with the time, we would like to thank our sports producer and cameraman for the day, Paul Mandeville, for doing an excellent job here on Brockton Community Access, as we bring you Boxer football each and every week right here on Brockton Community Access, the educational channel, Channel 98. Also check out our other channels, Channel 9 and 12. And if you'd like to know more about us, visit us on the web at bcatv.org. In the meantime, Leon from Marshfield throws the ball. He's got Souza in the end zone. And in the back of the end zone, out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
And that makes the pass incomplete. And that would have brought this crowd to its feet. It did bring the crowd to its feet until they realized that he was not within the end zone.
Yeah, they thought that was a touchdown, as did we. From this angle that we're at, it really looked like it was a touchdown, and you know, Brockton was fortunate that he was too far back.
Leon back to pass, and almost intercepted by Johnny Ray Barnes for Brockton.
Knocked down on the play that time by number 45, Johnny Ray Barnes in coverage.
And I can see Johnny Ray Barnes' eyes from here get big as he's like,
4th and
see this
7
ball
now
coming
for
right
the
at him.
Rams. Again, the ball at the Brockton
How he didn't catch
13-yard
that, I
line.
don't
42
know.
seconds to go here in the game.
He must have thought it was Christmas. And this is Marshfield's last chance right here. 4th and 7. They could get a first down. 42 seconds left in the game. Oh, holding. Where's the holding?
And Leon's gets pushed out of bounds by Johnny Ray Barnes.
Knocked out of bounds by number 45, Johnny Ray Barnes.
And you were looking for a holding call as Leon had plenty of time to scramble and ultimately keep the ball.
Yeah, because Bill Jennings took down the Brockton defender that had Leon backed up. He was in there.
We'll have another visit by the Marshfield chain gang.
And the officials stop the clock
out there is number,
so they can measure.
Mr. Steve O'Neill and Mr. George Bakey.
I have to say, I've never heard of the chain gangs names be called on the PA system at any game I've ever been to, Brian. That's a first.
That's a first.
And it looks like
Leon's
it'll be
good
a
again
first
for another
down.
Marshfield first down.
So Marshfield able to get a few first downs on this possession, but what they need is a touchdown, and they don't need it with 1 second left in the game. They need it now.
With 35 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
Too little, too late.
First and
Even
goal.
if they're able to score and get to 10, or even get the 2-point conversion and get to 11, it's just not enough time for them to be able to come away with a victory.
And Leon gets it over to Chipman. Chipman goes, he fumbles the ball on the 1 yard line, and Brockton recovers.
Brockton recovered on the 1 yard line.
Brockton, number 58, Canal Velez. The pass was complete on the play to number 32, Wendell Chipman.
And what a play. Brockton really stood up on that goal line stand.
And we've got a player down for Marshfield. But Marshfield is not cutting any breaks within the red zone today, as that is the second turnover, second fumble they've had within the red zone, and hopefully this young man is okay. It looks like
number 32.
It's Wendell Chipman. He's the player. I don't know if it's so much that he's hurt or if he's just upset with himself for fumbling on the 1 yard line, but he appears to be okay as he's walking off the field.
Yeah, but what an outstanding game. It was a little sloppy at times, but you know, both teams really showed a lot of heart and resiliency. Marshfield continued to drive. I mean, they had so many opportunities to score, and Brockton was able to fend them off each and every time, except giving up a 3-point field goal in the second quarter. But outside of that, they shut Marshfield down every time they threatened to score.
Brockton will take over in the fumble recovery.
And then they also did have that
the ball will be on Brockton's
field
3 yard
goal.
line. 25 seconds to go here in the
going
game.
with the wind on the other end of the field.
So Brockton takes the ball over on their own 3 yard line.
Number 10, Jesse Resende takes a knee.
And he takes a knee, and
I'd
that
like to remind everyone
looks
that
like it will
travel
end it.
next week to Westwood to take on Severian next Saturday at 1:30.
So, as the clock winds down,
and I'm sure they won't have to do it now. They won't have to do another play.
And that will do it. So Brockton comes away with a victory, 14-3. Brockton's record improves to 6-0. Brockton remains undefeated. They do it yet again, Brian.
Yeah, they remain undefeated, but you know, they're really not dominating any team. But they have such a difficult you know, opposition year after year. You know, they face the leaders of each division that they face, and they're able to get it done. Do just enough to get it done.
Well, next week, Brockton takes on Durfee, their first division game of the season, and they're 6-0 thus far, but next week's game is where it really counts.
That's right, because I don't care who you beat, you have to beat your division foes. And that's that's Durfee and New Bedford. And they get their first division game just next week.
And we'll have that game for you right here on Brockton Community Access Sports. So stay tuned to BCA Sports, Channel 98, all week long to see when we'll air that game. For Peter Zimbor and Brian Madden, final score, Brockton 14, Marshfield 3. Good night, everyone, and take care of yourselves.